So, have y'all seen this clip where a conservative author struggles to define woke after writing an entire book on the subject? Check this out.
Only 7% of Americans consider themselves very liberal, and probably fewer of them consider themselves to be woke. And so, when we
What does
talk
that
about
mean to
traditional red,
you? Would you mind defining woke? Because it's come up a couple times, and I just want to make sure we're on the same page.
so I mean, woke is sort of the idea that um, I this is going to be one of those moments that goes viral. I mean, woke.
Yes, it is going viral. But listen, let me tell you something. This term woke is a catch all phrase. It means whatever is convenient for the topic of conversation being had at the time. Most times it's used to talk about issues of race or sexual orientation. When people get uncomfortable and they want to demonize these topics, they just throw the woke label on it and make people shut down. It's just like when people on the left say, oh, everything is racist, then people on the right can respond, oh, well, you all are just being woke. It's all a catch all phrase. It doesn't mean a whole lot. That's why it's so hard to define. And they do that on purpose. They want to make it vague enough so that they can use it when convenient, but still have some type of definition, some type of understanding so that you can say, well, you know what it means. It's just understood. No, it's not understood. But listen, she does finally come up with a definition for us. So let's check this out. Maybe you'll agree.
I mean, woke is something that's very hard to define, and we've spent an entire chapter defining it. It is sort of the understanding that we need to totally reimagine and redo society in order to create hierarchies of oppression.
Okay, so if we accept her definition of woke as being the idea that society needs to redo itself in order to recognize the hierarchies of oppression, then I would agree with her. This is a serious problem. I've seen it in America specifically because that's where I'm from. That's where I live. That's where I spend all of my time is in America. I see it all over the internet, all over social media. People trying to play the oppression Olympics. Oh yeah, I'm oppressed because I'm black, or I'm oppressed because I'm gay, or I'm oppressed because I'm a woman. And then don't get me started when you start talking about intersectionality. Oh, you're oppressed because you're a black man? Well, I'll have it worse because I'm a black woman. Oh, you think you have it bad because you're a black woman? Well, I'm a black man and I'm gay. Or I'm a black woman and I'm gay. Or I'm a white woman. I'm a woman and I'm gay. They start trying to add things on and one up at one other person. Oh, I'm gay and I'm obese or I'm handicapped. And, people just take it so far. If you haven't heard this before, come here. Come in real quiet. Come in real close. Let me tell you a secret. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about your problems. You are the only one who cares about the problems that you're facing in life. Let me post this as a PSA for anyone who's never been told this before. If you're gay, nobody cares. You don't have to come out the closet. You don't have to make an announcement because nobody cares. You're black, nobody cares. You're a woman, nobody cares. Get over it. Okay? You better tell your mom because she's the only one who might care. And even then, she might not even care. All right? Let me just be real with you. Nobody cares about the problems that you're facing. You are responsible for your life. You are responsible for the outcomes that you see in your life. If your life is going bad, it's not because you're gay, it's not because you're black, it's not because you're a woman. It's going bad because you haven't been doing something wrong. You haven't been doing right. You haven't been disciplined. You haven't been delaying gratification. You haven't been sacrificing. You haven't been in the gym. You haven't been studying, building skills, building wealth. You are responsible for your life. And if it's going poorly, it's your fault. It's nobody else's fault. It's not society's fault. Society does not need to redo itself to build new hierarchies and make you feel like a soft princess. No. Get your stuff together because nobody cares about your problems. Okay? Is that clear?
And essentially, what this piece of legislation would do is it would inhibit businesses and educational institutions from providing certain types of training or education for their employees or students that may, for whatever reason, make those employees or students feel uncomfortable.
The Stop Woke Act, also known as House Bill 7 or Senate Bill 148, would prohibit Florida's public schools and private businesses from making people feel uncomfortable or guilty over their race, sex, or national origin.
That includes diversity, equity, and inclusion trainings. It includes implicit bias trainings. It could even include sexual harassment training.
If an employee were to say this training or this education made me feel uncomfortable, they would then be able to actually sue their employer for providing this training.
The bill's
Whoa. Let me get this straight. Down there in Florida, Ron DeSantis just passed legislation to stop people from telling the truth because it makes people feel uncomfortable? What? And they're calling this the Stop Woke Act? Wait, from my understanding, what I just heard was woke was when there's levels of hierarchy of oppression. But now the same people who are complaining about people feeling oppressed are passing legislation because they feel guilty. They feel bad about some stuff that happened 50 years ago. Listen, history is history. It either happened or it didn't happen. You can't change and erase history books to make you feel better. What? How do you think that's going to work out?
That in an effort to get a social studies textbook approved for use in the state of Florida, at least one publisher has made significant changes to Rosa Parks' story. The New York Times compared 3 versions of the company's Rosa Parks story meant for first graders: a current lesson used now in Florida, an initial version created for the state textbook review, and a second updated version. In the current lesson on Rosa Parks, racial segregation is clearly explained. Quote, the law said African Americans had to give up their seats on the bus if a white person wanted to sit down. In a second version created for the Florida textbook review, race is mentioned indirectly. Quote, she was told to move to a different seat because of the color of her skin. And the reference to white people is gone. And in the third, updated version, race isn't mentioned at all. Quote, she was told to move to a different seat. She did not. Who knows why Rosa Parks was told to move? Could have been anything.
So now I'm left with some mixed feelings. On the one hand, I agree. We can't keep playing this oppression Olympics. If you're doing badly in life, you got to take accountability. You got to take responsibility. You are the only one who is responsible. You are the only one who cares about the state of your life. If you're not doing well in life, it's your fault. Take some accountability and do better in the future. I would agree with that. But at the same time, we cannot support legislation. We cannot support people like Ron DeSantis who would pass legislation that would have our teachers lying to our kids because it makes somebody feel bad. We cannot erase history. Rosa Parks did not give up her seat to a white man. She was arrested because she failed to obey the law, which required her to give up her seat to a white man. We can't just change history because it's uncomfortable. Facts are facts. History is history. You don't like it? You gotta deal with it, Cupcake. But hey, that's just what I think. Peace. So you made it all the way to the end of the video, but you haven't hit the like button yet. Come on now. You're cheating me, you're cheating yourself. Go ahead, hit the like button. And while you're at it, you might as well smash the subscribe button so you can get notifications every time I drop a video. I make a video every day, a different topic, a different subject. They're all interesting, so you can check them all out by hitting the subscribe button and setting your notifications to all so you get an alert when I drop a video. There you go.